I'd like to introduce my daughter, Katrina. This is Mr. McNair. Mr. McNair's a lawyer.
Katrina?
Hello. She's dying, isn't she? That's why you're here.
What makes you say that?
I know my mother, Mr. McNair. Is that what's happening?
Yes, your mother's dying. She has cancer.
I've always done my best to protect her. She believes that her father, my husband, to her, she believes that he died. I don't see any reason to disillusion her.
Of course.
Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Mrs. Cameron, tell me about my father.
I only know what your mother told me.
And what was that?
That she loved your father and she lost him.
But he never died.
He did. For her.
Stanton. 80 Essex Square, Belgravia. Well, there it is. Or the family, at least. Not sure they can tell us he's still alive. Maybe even where he is.
Which one is he? Which one's my father?
He's gone, young lady. Hal Stanton no longer exists. No one by that name ever lived in this house.
I've come all this way and you're not going to tell me where he is.
If you'll excuse me, there's nothing to be gained by this.
I've changed your booking to the 29th and waitlisted you for anything earlier. Please keep checking, you might be lucky.
I think maybe she is. I'm canceling London to Sydney, 2 days' time. I'm Arkie Ragan.
Katrina Stanton.
Katrina? It's nice. You have to see Goa. It's where Portugal meets India and all the world falls in love. Kat? Do you mind if I throw in a new lens in your case?
No, that's fine.
Okay, thanks.
Can you come with me, please? Please, come.
If you want to just hang around here for a second, I can give you a hand.
You must come, don't worry.
Arkie!
Organized here.
Arkie!
Couldn't call me a lone traveler.
Okay.
Shall we? I need to get my bedtime.
Sit down, please.
When am I going to be released?
Sit down. Do exactly as you're told. Sit down! Could ignore him.
คุณกำลังลำบากนะคุณสแตนตันแต่จะดีขึ้นถ้าคุณให้ความร่วมมือ
What he's saying is for your own benefit, it is best that you cooperate fully. Do I make myself clear?
Yes.
Okay. 2.4 kilos of heroin, little girl. She's in the big time, doesn't it? Now this man wants to know, and I want to know. Who is your supplier?
Supplier? I don't know.
She doesn't know.
อาทิตย์ละ 2-3 วันผมนั่งอยู่ตรงนี้
Now what he's saying is he sits here 2 or 3 times a week with people who spend not less than $100,000 US,
ไม่เคยมีสักคน
and they never remember who they paid it to. Don't you find that remarkable? Now, I can tell you something. He's getting pissed off, and I am getting extremely agitated.
I was with a man.
Name?
Arkie Ragan.
Write it down.
He was a photographer. He was the one who gave me the case. We were traveling together.
No, it's not true เช็คแล้ว
It is true.
He doesn't believe you. And neither do I.
เรื่องเก่า
ครั้งหนึ่งนานมาแล้วมีผู้ชายท่าทางน่าไว้ใจ
The story's that old leave and the Thais are asking questions about it. Like, is that your luggage? Did you pack it yourself? Are you carrying it for someone else? Give me a break. You answered those questions, didn't you? Didn't you?
Yes.
So let's start again.
ถามเธอสิว่าเธอซื้อจากไหน
He's asking you, where did you buy the drugs?
I told you I was given the case. Now I'm not saying anything else until I have somebody here.
This isn't Australia. They can hold you here for 7 days without seeing or talking to anybody.
I want somebody from the embassy, please.
They're all on the golf course. Who you're going to deal with today is this man and me. Now, he has two choices. Number one, he can charge you under Section 66 for possession. And for this amount, it's a life sentence. All right? Or he can charge you under Section 65 for trafficking. And that's a mandatory death sentence. There is no leniency. There is no remissions. There is just death. And in Thailand, death is by machine gun. I'm trying to help you, little girl. All right.
ร่วมมือกับเราเถอะคุณสแตนตันผมต้องการความจริงแล้วในทางกลับกัน
All we want you to do is
ผมจะลดข้อหาให้คุณ
We want some information. We want you to plead guilty. And in return, we'll only charge you for possession. Now, it's in your hands, not in ours. That's it.
No, I'm not going to plead guilty.
If you think some fancy pants lawyer's going to come up here and razzle and dazzle his way with words around the courtroom, then you're wrong. There's no jury. Just 3 judges sitting alone.
What sort of country is this? You don't have a jury?
แล้วนี่ก็เป็นกฎหมายของเราเราไม่เคยขอร้องให้พวกคุณมา
What
ที่
he's
นี่
saying is it's their
เหมือนกับ
country,
ที่เขาพูดว่า
it's their
เพื่อ
rules.
พวกคุณ
They
มา
didn't ask you to come
ความ
here.
ยุ่งยากและความ
They have a
เสื่อม
saying,
โทรม
wherever
จะตาม
Westerners
มา
go, degradation and depravity follows. And in 3.5 years that I've been here, to my utter shame, I agree with them. Now, plead guilty.
No!
Then you are a bloody fool!
Wrap it up จบแล้วหน่อยสิแล้วหน่อยสิไอ้ทะเลาะกันเร็วหน่อยสิเดี๋ยวโดนบ้างนะเธอนะรีบเถอะ
เหมือนกันนะ
Hey.
ใช้ได้ใช้ได้
Very nice.
น้อยน้อยดูนี่เฮ้ยซ่านักกระทืบเฮ้ยหน่อยเด็กชาย
You! Wash!
No, I don't want to.
I run clean prison here. Wash!
No. No, stop it.
You wash now! Drug dealers, shit! Here's some shit for you. You don't want to wash? Fine. Inside.
That Australian policeman spoke to you?
Yes.
Did he tell you what happened?
He said you've been arrested, yeah.
Did he tell you about the bag? It was a present. It was given to me by a man called...
Miss Stanton, I'm sorry, this isn't really my area.
What do you mean, your area?
Shall we sit down? We handle mainly commercial work. It's a family practice. Over the years, we've built our reputation on contracting, mainly between the Thai government and foreign companies.
But you know Thai law.
Yes, of course.
And you understand the system.
Pretty well.
So what's the problem, Mr. Carlisle?
I've told you.
No, you haven't. You've given me an excuse, that's all. Is it because it's drugs? You don't want your firm mixed up in it, is that it?
Partly. We've been approached a number of times over the years, and we've always steered clear of drug cases.
Even if the person's innocent?
The other thing is, it doesn't help anybody, not your case nor my firm, to have a white lawyer defend a white client.
Mr. Carlisle, This is probably worse than you realize. To them, it was my bag. I was carrying it. I'm going to sound like every other drug trafficker when I try to blame someone else. I need help, Mr. Carlisle. I need the best help I can get.
I'm going to refer you to several lawyers, specialists in criminal law.
You mean ties?
Yes, top people in their field.
No. No ties.
Well, that's ridiculous.
I know it sounds ridiculous, but I need someone who understands me, who believes in me, who'll fight for me.
Well, to fight for your client, that's a lawyer's job, any lawyer. I'll have this list drawn up.
My uncle said that Stantons had dealt with your firm for years.
Yes?
If this was any other member of the family, someone more legitimate than me, then you wouldn't hesitate, would you? You'd take it on. Wouldn't you?
I'll ask you one thing. Are you guilty?
I swear to you, I'm innocent. I didn't know anything about that bag. I trusted him.
It would be a fairly thankless task. In the end, I suspect, probably an unsuccessful one.
How long do you need to think it over?
I'll let you know as soon as we can.
Will you do one thing for me?
What's that?
Can you get access to my luggage?
If I said I was your lawyer and it was just your personal things, yes, I think so. Why?
I want to see my father.
I've already told you.
I know you don't want to discuss it with him again, but in my luggage there's a diary. If you give it to him, maybe it will convince him.
I can't see a diary doing much good.
It belonged to my mother. Will you do that, please?
Yes, all right. If I can.
And tell him he's all I've got now.
Well, they want a guilty plea for possession. If not, they'll charge her with trafficking, for which the death sentence is mandatory.
Is she guilty?
No, of course not. She's about as guilty as you or I.
I should see her, shouldn't I?
Why?
Well, because she's my daughter, that's why.
You didn't think that the other day.
I hadn't read that the other day.
You think it's wise?
Oh, I shouldn't think so. But if we were wise, we wouldn't keep going, would we?
No, I didn't mean wise for you. I meant for her. I think she's pinning a lot of her hopes on you.
And seeing me would disappoint her, is that it? Was that really necessary, Richard?
I'm just being honest, that's all.
You know, sometimes honesty can be used as an excuse for the most dreadful cruelty. I'd try and remember that if I were you.
All I'm trying to do is protect her. The function perhaps better fulfilled by her father.
There you go again, sitting in judgment. But point taken, Your Honor, point taken.
So you won't go?
Oh, I'll go. I just won't tell her I'm her father, that's all. I'll say I'm her lawyer. I'll say I was sent by my partner, Richard Carlisle.
I've already told her we don't handle criminal work.
I'll tell her we're reconsidering. You wouldn't happen to have a briefcase I could borrow, would you?
No, I wouldn't.
Worthington. Bill Worthington.
Where's Mr. Carlisle?
Well, it was Richard's idea that I should come here. He wanted me to meet you.
I thought I made it clear to him I don't want any other lawyer.
Oh, no, you don't understand. I'm here on his behalf.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize. So, do you work for Mr. Carlisle?
No, not that either, really. No, not exactly. No, you couldn't really say that I work for him. More like a partner, really.
Well, how can I help you, Mr. Worthington?
Well, I brought you some things. Tea, English breakfast. I can't stand that Chinese stuff. Vitamin pills. Soup in a cup. I don't know what that's like. The lady said it was good. Powdered milk. Fruit. Oh, yes, and a fruit cake. It's from Fortnum and Mason's. I always get them to send one out every year. And post is always late, unfortunately.
That's very kind of you, but I don't think they're going to let me have this stuff.
Oh, well, that's all right. That's already been settled.
Will Mr. Carlisle take the case?
He's considering it.
Why? What's the problem?
Well, he's a very cautious man, a very competitive man, and he doesn't like to lose.
That's encouraging. Nor do I, especially not if it's my life at stake.
Which rather brings me to my cue, I'm afraid.
Mm-hmm.
Carlisle wants to know if you're still determined to plead not guilty.
Of course I am. Why wouldn't I be?
Well, you see, if you insist on pleading not guilty, they'll charge you with trafficking, and that carries the death penalty. But on the other hand, if you plead guilty, it gives the judge an excuse for clemency. I mean, it's just a way of saving their face and your life.
I don't understand, Mr. Worthington. I mean, I always thought the truth was sacred. I didn't realize it was a commodity, something that could be traded back and forth just to suit the stupidity of the law.
I'm just asking a question, that's all.
And the answer is I'm innocent. Now, you can tell Mr. Carlisle that I intend to plead not guilty, whether it's the death penalty or not.
Yes, I will. I will.
Is there anything else?
No.
Then let me ask you something. Do you have a drinking problem?
Are you always so blunt?
Only when my life's in other people's hands.
Well, I did have a drink earlier on, yes, but certainly not a problem. It's just the heat, that's all.
I hope so, Mr. Worthington.
Yes, well... I'm going to recommend that we take the case. There won't be any argument. You'll enter a plea of not guilty.
Will he agree?
Oh, I expect so. If not, I'll remind him that the truth can't be treated like a commodity. And that's the expression, isn't it?
Thank you. And for the food and things. Do you know if my father's been contacted? I asked Mr. Carlisle to give him a diary.
I'll find out.
Katerina Stanton คุณถูกตั้งข้อหาเป็นทางการภายใต้มาตรา 65 หมวด 12 แห่งพระราชบัญญัติยาเสพติดว่าครอบครองเฮโรอีนบริสุทธิ์จำนวน 4.2 กิโลกรัมเพื่อเจตนาจำหน่าย
mandatory death sentence.
พิจารณาคดีความอาญาขออำนาจศาลให้กักตัวจำเลยมีการยื่นขอประกันตัวไหม
Will there be an application for bail?
Your Honour, we would request that the prisoner be released until the commencement of the trial. We guarantee that she will not try to leave Thailand.
Any objection to an
เนื่องจากความผิด
application
ที่
for
จำเลยได้กระท
bail?
ำร้ายแรงยิ่งและเราปฏิเสธว่านักโทษ
The court
นัก
hears
ลิ
the
นนะ
prosecution's
เซนตัน
objections
จะถูก
and
เคลื่อนย้ายไปยังเรือนจ
offences are
ำรุ่มเจ้าจนกว่าจะถึงการพิจารณาคดี
What happened?
And remanded in custody, there's no date for a trial.
What was the charge?
Section 65, trafficking. Your innocence will win.
So where are they taking me?
Lumjao.
Did you manage to contact my father?
I wouldn't pin your hopes on him. Be brave.
Farrans in here. Drug addicts. Smell like shit. You call Bangkok Hilton? I call Farang Heaven.
Kidman?
Yes, child.
This is a new and wonderful day for me. There will never be another day like this one. I'm divinely guided all day long, and whatever I do will prosper.
My name's Stanton. Kat Stanton. I don't give a shit for you.
Don't worry about her. She always gets like that when I've been talking to the golden-bellied fat man. Hiya, Master.
มิสเตอร์คาร่ามีธุระจะพูดด้วยค่ะ
เข้ามาดิสวัสดีครับคุณอนันต์ Please เซ็นขอบคุณครับสารวัตร I haven't come to argue to the case, Mr. Anand. I'm perfectly capable of doing that in court. I'm here because I object to the charge. And there's no justification for a charge of trafficking. I mean, the prosecution should deal with this under Section 66, possession. That clause, Section 65, is aimed at heroin producers and drug cartels. And that's why the death sentence is mandatory. I mean, the legislature never intended it to be used against a young woman who gets tricked into carrying a bag through customs.
ขอบคุณมากสำหรับเลคเชอร์คุณคลายไม่บ่อยนักนะที่เราเจอชาวต่างประเทศที่กล้าวิจารณ์กฎหมายไทยคุณไม่น่าจะพูดความยุติธรรมกับผมนะหน้าที่ของผมมีสิทธิ์ที่จะตัดสินอะไรก็ได้คุณคิดว่ากฎหมายของเราเนี่ยด้อยไปเหรอไม่ใช่คุณคิดความยุติธรรมเราไม่มีหรือไงนี่เป็นบ้านของผมเลือกที่จะอยู่ที่นี่ไม่ใช่ที่นี่ไม่ใช่บ้านคุณและเราเป็นผู้ที่เลือกให้คุณอยู่ที่นี่และนี่เป็นกฎหมายไทยเราจะใช้ให้ดีที่สุด
Major, I admire your determination to deal with the drug trade.
Do you?
But not at the expense of my client. ที่สำคัญคือเชื่อเสียงของประเทศไทยมีความยุติธรรมและสังคมที่ดี
ไม่ที่สำคัญก็คือเธอเป็นคนผิวขาวคุณไปอยู่ที่ไหนปีที่แล้วเรายิงคนจีนไป10 คนคุณเคยกังวลเกี่ยวกับชื่อเสียงประเทศเราไหมเป็นเพราะเธอเป็นคนผิวขาวแล้วก็สวยคุณถึงได้สนใจ White woman and white lawyer
That's an insult
ดมเดี๋ยวนี่กว่าที่ผู้พันพูดเนี่ยนะเขาไม่ได้หมายถึงว่ามีเชื้อชาติศาสนานะคนผิวขาวคนเอเชียคุณก็รู้นี่กฎหมายจะให้ความยุติธรรมและเสมอภาค
และยุติธรรม
เราจะต้องพิจารณากันให้รอบคอบเมื่อถึงเวลานั้นเราพิจารณากัน
เมื่อไร
เร็วๆเนี่ยถ้ามีการตัดสินใจ
สวัสดีครับ
Goodbye Mr. Carlisle ใช่ฮะ
How was it?
About as rude as it gets here.
What are they saying?
Well, at the end, he'd agreed to reconsider it. He said he'll have to consult with a range of departments.
What are the chances?
To be honest, not very good. I think the government's put the word out. They're sick of drugs, sick of trafficking, and sick of corruption. Would you like a scotch?
Not right now, no. I may later. I probably will. I'll see how I feel.
Sorry, force of habit. I think they're saying that all bets are off. This is the law of Thailand, and we're going to apply it. Damn the consequences. In the face of that, it's going to be very difficult to get them to change it.
I mean, to execute a young white girl, especially by machine gun.
Well, so much the better. It's a pretty eloquent warning.
I suppose it is. So what do we do?
All we can, just hope that good sense prevails. Either way, though, we've got to prepare a defence, one that leaves no margin for error.
Well, how do you feel about that? You said yourself you're a good commercial lawyer.
Well, I'm glad it's in Thailand, I'll say that. The system here suits me. It certainly wouldn't be any good in front of a jury.
Not flamboyant enough?
Well, either that or too arrogant, I'm not sure which. Give me technicalities, precedents, obscure statutes so I can hold my own with them. I'm a good forensic lawyer.
Bore them into submission.
Exactly. So even with a criminal case, I'm confident that I can take care of that side of it.
Well, what do you want me to do?
Well, if you don't object, I'd like you to do the legwork.
Act as your junior? Well, where do we start?
I've already arranged it. First thing tomorrow, you interview her.
In Lumjo?
Yes, come on, I'll drop you off. Where are you going, the club?
No, I think I'll probably go home. I've been thinking, perhaps it'd be better if you went to the jail tomorrow. There's plenty I can do here.
What do you mean?
Well, you'll probably do it better than me.
We won't get past one day if you keep lying to me, Hal. What is it?
Well, I was in that jail during the war.
What, in Lumjao?
I had a different name then, Japanese name. Never been back, not in 40 years. I don't think I could.
My father told me when I took over that you'd been a prisoner, but all he'd say was that you disgraced yourself. Do you want to tell me the rest?
Not really.
For God's sake, Hal, there's a girl facing execution, and you tell me you can't go into some building. You're going to have to do a lot better than that. If you don't want to go to that prison tomorrow morning, you're going to have to tell me exactly what happened. It better be good.
I used to love this place. Last thing my father ever said to me, he said I'd come back here. It was just after the court-martial. I was leaving England forever. He said I'd die in Bangkok. Do you know the basis for that rather bold prediction? No. Well, he said a dog always returns to its vomit. That's what he said. You know, when war broke out, I was a military aide at the embassy here.
Somebody in the family was ambassador, wasn't he?
My grandfather, some years before. Well, as you can guess, it certainly didn't hurt. Well, I mean, I wasn't cut out to be a soldier. I wasn't cut out to be a prisoner, for that matter, either. But that's life, as I say. In 1945, there was a lot of illness in the prison. Typhoid, cholera, malnutrition. 8 of the men decided to try to escape. Now, the Japanese had made it very clear from the start that if anyone escaped, 2 would be killed. So I told them they couldn't go. They said they were only doing their duty. I ordered them not to. They defied me. So rightly or wrongly, I was left with no choice but to go to the Japanese. They were arrested and executed the same day. There's one thing I'll never forget. How young they were. How very young. Me too, I suppose. We were all so young. I can't go back inside there, Richard. I really can't.
Well, we have a problem then.
I can still help.
Sorry, Hal. I don't think you're really committed, and I don't need a passenger.
Well, of course I'm committed. She's my daughter.
Well, then go back there, Hal. You should go back there tomorrow morning. It's up to you.
How are you?
You've been drinking.
That's not true.
Look at you, you're a mess.
Marmalade. Damn it, I looked everywhere for that. I haven't been drinking. I fell over outside, that's all. Must be getting old.
You fell over, your hands are shaking, you're sweating like a pig. You're an alcoholic, aren't you?
Matter of fact, I haven't had a drink for several days. The reason my nerves are shot is because I'm in here.
Oh, that's great. You poor thing. It's you that's going to pieces, but you can just walk in here and in half an hour you can walk out again.
There, now.
I'm sorry, I know what it must be like.
No, you don't. You've got no idea. They keep you in a stinking crowded cell that's so hot you can hardly breathe. There's cockroaches everywhere. They never leave you alone. I mean, I can't even go to the toilet without being watched, so don't tell me you know what it must be like, because you don't!
Every morning you go round and pull the dead from the cells, do you? I don't think you've done that yet, have you? I was a prisoner for 3 years of my life, Kat. I know exactly what it's like. I know it in spades.
Where?
Singapore, Changi, during the war. There were thousands of us. We all died our own little death.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize.
I swore I'd never come inside a jail again. That's why I'm not handling this very well, I'm afraid.
I just don't think I'm ever gonna get out of here. I don't think I'm strong enough.
Yes, you will. Don't give up. We're all working for you, but you've got to be strong too.
It's a pity about the marmalade.
Yes. Be more careful next time.
I need $100. US dollars.
Of course.
And I need some more vitamins. You can't afford to get sick in here.
Anything else?
Ventolin and headache pills. As many as you can get.
Right. Excuse me.
Where are you going?
Somewhere I can think. I want to take us somewhere where we can talk quietly.
Kitchen?
Yeah, the kitchen's fine. Yes, kitchen's fine. Carlisle's working on the law. He's looking for precedents, technicalities, any chink you might be able to slip through. Well, he'll try to prove that you were no longer under Thai jurisdiction at the time. He'll use all the usual legal tricks if he can. Then he'll try to tear that case to pieces, if possible.
You don't sound very confident.
To be honest, I'm not. I think it's going to be bloody hard to get anyone to believe your story.
So do I.
I don't have much faith in courts discovering the truth. You've got to hit them over the head with it.
How?
But we have to find him, Katrina. We have to show that he's real. Then we have to do the hard bit. We have to convince the court that he's a drug dealer.
So where do we start?
I thought you might know that.
You tell me. You're my lawyer.
Am I?
Yes, you are. You and Richard, you're my lawyers.
Oh, well. We'll let Richard handle the legal side. You give me the leads and I'll follow them up. Now, you said that you met Arkie Ragan in London. What were you doing there?
I was looking for my father. When I was little, I was told that he was dead, and after my mother died, I found out that wasn't true.
When did she die?
A couple of months ago.
I'm sorry. Must have been hard for you.
In a way. But we were never very close. When my father left, it wiped her out emotionally. She never really recovered. I think in her mind, he really did die.
In his mind? Did she die for him?
I don't know. I was going to ask him that. But he doesn't want to know me. Lock-up time.
But this is ridiculous. I paid 200 baht.
I always do this.
Bye.
That's the man we're looking for. That's Arkie Ragan.
Where did you get this?
She took it in Goa. The film was left in our camera.
So, how was it? At the jail?
It was fine. I tripped her over on the road, that's all.
Good. Did you tell her who you are?
No, she and Bill Worthington are getting on fine.
Well, you'll have to let her know sometime.
Well, when we've got her out, Richard, you know, her father let her down once. I don't want her to think he might do it again. It would be devastating for her.
Yes, well, you're the only one who can judge that. Thought you were giving up.
Oh, I am. It's just that Johnny and I have known each other for such a long time. I couldn't let him go without a word, could I? Now, the least he deserves is a passionate embrace. Ah, Mr. Walker, I'd like to say that we're going to meet again. I fear, however, It is not meant to be.
Yeah, such a touching moment. I'm loath to interrupt. I was just wondering what you were planning to do now, assuming you survive.
That's already in hand. We know he's taken a plane to Australia. Perhaps he's still there. Another? Well, why not? Thank you. It's the heat, you know.
As I thought, there was no difficulty pulling out the arrival data. Immigration shows that an Ahmed Vincent Ragan, British passport number C616665C, entered Australia at Sydney on Qantas Flight 2 from Bangkok.
And departed?
No, there's no record that he has.
Oh, he's still there, then? He's still in Australia?
Not necessarily, not according to our people. The Deputy Secretary says, assuming your allegations are correct, that he probably would have left the country already on a false passport, most likely an Australian one.
Any way of checking?
Well, on your immigration form, you have to give a street address.
And what was his?
A prison farm just south of Sydney.
Oh, he's got a sense of humour, then.
Well, of course, he may have had to ditch the British passport to get out of Australia, but that doesn't mean it wasn't genuine.
Oh, I should go to the English. Is that it?
That's what we suggest. Ask them to run a check. Check on passport number C616665C. Never know, might turn up something.
Well?
Thank you for coming, Bob. You know I don't like to ask for favours.
What's the point in being chargé d'affaires if I can't help? Not that I understand what you're doing.
Oh, just a bit of work for Carlisle's. Nothing much, just keeping my hand in.
Drink?
No, thank you, I won't.
Are you all right, old boy?
Yes, I'm fine.
You don't mind if I have one, do you?
No, you go ahead.
Black label, ice. Anyway, whatever it is, it's turned up something. That's yours. And as you said, there is a passport issued in the name of Ahmed Vincent Ragan. Number C616665C, issued in London. Here are the details.
You got an address. Thank you, Bob.
We got the Home Office to have a look at it. That's not unusual if drugs are involved. Arkie Ragan's been dead for years. Apparently, if you want a false passport, that's how you do it. You apply in a dead person's name.
I see.
As you can imagine, Scotland Yard are involved now. They're asking me for details.
Wake up. Come on, get up. Jump onto her. You got your money? No, I know about your deal. I'm not paying $20. Oh, shit. Hey, come on. Gang. $10.
คนนี้ไม่ได้
Oh, she okay, she okay. $10 American.
20
Mayo. Spa.
มา
Okay. Yes. Okay?
Okay. Two hours.
3.
2.
What's the key for? It's for the first gate. You know, into the yard. follow, okay?
Yeah. What's the time?
My watch. Where's my watch?
Shit.
Here. It's 2:15.
Yeah, 2:15 every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. That door opens. Don't forget it, okay? Come on. G'day. How you going, son? Hey, nungshimo hasipa, okay? Okay for you? Okay. Yeah, there you go.
Mandy, where are we going?
Hey, calm down. We are going to the men's section. Come on.
I used to wait the guard up and bribe him for the real one. Then I got cluey. I traced it out on paper. I gives it to the guy down the carpentry shop. Took us a few goes, but we got it right. It's only wood button. Got to treat it real gentle. That's what they reckon's a hospital. And no matter how sick you get, don't ever let them take you out. Why? Before I come up with this, I had to chuck a sticky. It was the only way I could get in here. Stuck a chicken bone in me, fried it, threw up blood. And it killed me. This is me brother Billy. Billy, this is Kat. Say hello to Kat. Yeah, you know, look at that. Meow. Can't he talk? No, he's dumb. Can't tell what you're thinking, can we, Billy? Gonna be good to Kat, aren't you? Remember? He gets 10 of them. It's his pocket money. To make sure he's all right. So what all that Canada stuff was about, was it for him? Yeah. Sometimes even money's not enough. Hey, good boy. You ready? Come on, wakey, wakey. Mommy's here.
Oh, wow, man.
Yeah. G'day. Kevin looks after Billy while I'm not around. Don't you, Kev? What you want?
Yeah, it's the same as last time.
Yeah, okay. No worries. Watch if you like, Kat. Never know, you might learn something. All the fellas reckon I'm real good. Hey. Yeah. Oh, you've been a lonely boy, Kat. Oh, Billy.
Oh, yeah.
Come here. Come here. Oh.
How have you been?
I'm all right.
Good.
How's it all going?
Fine.
Did you get the photograph?
Yes.
How is it?
It's fine, as a photograph. It's not much use as anything else, I'm afraid. You see, he's not in Australia. Passports are fake. We don't even know his real name, let alone where he is.
I suppose in the back of our mind, we were all hoping he was a bit of an amateur.
Well, let's get that out of our heads. He's not. We're dealing with a professional, and on the evidence so far, he's a lot better than we are.
So what are we going to do?
Bill suggests going to London.
Why?
Well, we've got to start somewhere. As far as we can tell, that's his base. Frankly, I can't think of anything else. It's really up to you and your memory.
I've been trying to write everything out. Give me a day, I'll have it done.
Good.
Do you know anyone in London who can help?
Not really. It's been a long time.
If you need it, I know someone you can contact. Richard knows him. He's my uncle. James Stanton. I'll give you his address.
I've already seen it, thanks. The embassy in Thailand sent a copy.
Can you help?
Sure. I'll show you everything we've got on the person known as Arkie Ragan.
Oh, thank you.
That's it.
Now.
Slip Grandma a few baht, will you? Why? Just can't manage on the pension, poor old dear. What do you reckon, stupid, for bringing you here? What's going on? I want you to look after me stuff.
And you slip it to her.
-50, will you?
Yeah, all right.
Here, thanks. Pay you back.
No, don't worry, it's all right.
We're in court tomorrow. Thai Army's taking us to the holding cells. Want us there bright and early. Wouldn't want to miss it, would we? You know that wooden thing for the jungle tour? It's in the box. Keep everything safe, all right?
Yeah, but no matter what happens, there'll be an appeal. You'll be coming back here, won't you?
Supposed to. You know the system, well, there isn't one. You still got to do what you promised?
Yeah. Good luck.
Ah, you know us. Be lucky all our lives.
Seen him before?
No, I don't think I know him.
I'm sorry. He checked out.
When?
About half an hour ago.
Where to?
The airport.
What name? Ragan, Rogers, Morris. Oh, hurry, please.
Stanton.
Stanton?
That's right. His name's Stanton.
Thank you.
Sir, have a nice flight.
Thank you, we certainly will.
So sorry, this is very, very urgent. Excuse me, I'm looking for a man, a passenger. The name was Stanton.
If you would just wait a moment, sir.
I can't wait. Help me. please, will you just check into your computer any flight of the next hour? The man calls himself Stanton. Please.
All passengers to the departure gate.
Stop! Where do you think you're going, sir?
I'm sorry, can I?
What is that, sir?
Seems to be the matter, sir.
Officer, that man over there in Thailand has a drug charge out against.
What's his name?
Well, he's calling himself Stanton.
Look in your card, see if there's a Stanton. You're making a mistake. There's no Stanton. Must be a different man.
No mistake, it's just a different name.
What name?
Well,
Who are you?
I'm a solicitor.
Is there a warrant for that man?
No.
You said a charge. What charge?
I was wrong. There's no charge. I'm sorry, I made a mistake. I thought for a moment there was... But I was wrong, I'm sorry.
Where did he go?
Oh, God knows. Bombay, Australia.
What about the police?
Oh, very helpful. They almost arrested me.
What's he going to do then?
I don't know. I'm trying to think.
Katrina Stanton, please stand. You, Katrina Stanton, are charged under Section 65, Chapter 12 of the Narcotics Act for exporting 2.4 kilograms of pure heroin for the purpose of distribution. Won't you plead to this?
Not guilty.
My me Kwan Pik Ka.
อัยการพร้อมที่จะดำเนินคดีของคุณแล้วหรือยัง
พร้อมแล้วครับศาลที่เคารพพยานปากแรกของเราคือพันตำรวจตรีอุดมแห่งหน่วยปราบปรามยาเสพติดให้โทษวันนี้ผมใครขอเบิกตัวพยานครับผมพระเจ้าขอสาบานว่าจะพูดความจริงทั้งหมดหากข้าพเจ้าให้การเป็นพยานเท็จขอพระเจ้าเยียวยาภายใน3 วัน 7 วันหากพระเจ้าพูดความจริงขอให้สำเร็จ
A man. Arkie Ragan.
What? There is no remission. There is just death.
Get me the case. We were traveling.
Entirely. Death is by machine gun. I'm trying to help you, little girl.
Criminal Court of Bangkok now passes down this judgment in the name of His Majesty the King. The court has duly examined all the evidence and has come to the conclusion that the defendant is guilty of exporting heroin narcotics for the purpose of distribution. The court hereby sentences the defendant to death.
And giving intelligence to the enemy. The court finds you, Captain Hal Stanton, guilty, and sentences you to be cashiered. March out, accused.
It's important that we don't see this decision as being final. We're lodging the appeal, of course. I did the documents overnight. It's being typed now, so with a bit of luck, it should be there by this afternoon. Now, I think we ought to hire a Thai lawyer. There's a couple I know who are very well connected. We might need their help.
If it goes to the king, you mean?
Well, I'm very confident of the appeal. I'm very confident indeed. But just in case, there's no harm in being cautious. Oh, I brought you some things. There's a friend of mine, she's a doctor. She's told me which ones. There's some sleeping pills. Now, they're quite strong, so no more than 2. And this is it's a sedative.
No. They won't let me keep them.
Well, if there's anything else you need, just let us know. We'll be coming every day.
Does my father know what's happened?
Well, I'm sure he reads the newspapers.
We're both tired. We both live here. There's no point in running down the ties. They're only doing what governments all around the world have to do. They're trying to reconcile the law with religion.
Well, either the law is wrong or God is. Either life is sacred or it isn't. Can't have it both ways.
Forget it, Hal. I don't need an argument about capital punishment. Not now.
Because you believe there wouldn't be a problem if everyone obeyed the law.
That's right. There wouldn't.
I've seen the law at work, Richard. I saw it in that jail 40 years ago. According to the Japanese, what they were doing was perfectly legal.
I'm going home and I'm going to bed. I suggest you do the same.
At least they weren't hypocrites. They didn't have any levers, no blindfolds. Kneel them down, bend them over, and over.
Shut up, Hal. It's not the time for it.
I never told you the end of it.
I know the end. You were cashiered.
No, that was just a postscript. As I told you, they were captured and executed the same day. The date was the 5th of August, 1945. Doesn't that date mean anything to you?
No.
The following day, at 8:15 in the morning, a plane called the Enola Gay flew over a Japanese city. It dropped a bomb. A single bomb. I doubt if anyone in Hiroshima even saw it. 30 seconds later, the war was as good as over. 3 years of starvation, cruelty, the most dreadful deprivation. 3 years. And they died for the sake of one day. And that was the end of it. They wanted it so much, just to be free. 5 days later, we all were. That morning we woke up, the Japanese were gone. It was all over, everything forgotten. The war, prisoners, their version of the law, all over. Everything, just forgotten. Richard. Richard! 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 Thought you were going to bed.
I'm writing to the Australian government asking them to intervene. If it's another argument, Hal, I don't have the energy.
There's a way out, or at least half a way.
What are you talking about?
Those men I was telling you about, they found their way down to a series of chambers. They'd been tunneling. They were as good as out, except for me. Next day, Hiroshima was leveled. The Japs didn't have time to do anything about it. They just put a guard on it and left it, and then the war was over.
It's over for 40 years, Hal. Anything could have happened.
Well, of course it could, but it's a better bet than any appeal.
No, Hal, no.
You haven't even thought about it.
I don't have to. I'm a lawyer. We follow the law. We go to appeal. We petition the government.
You can petition the Pope for all the good it'll do. You know yourself, all bets are off. Next week or next month, it'll be our turn.
It's the law, Hal. It's how I've been raised. It's all that we've got. It's all that stands between us and chaos. The law.
And what if the law is wrong?
Well, that's better than the jungle.
Is she innocent? Well, come on, Richard. You're never slow to sit in judgment. What's your verdict? Is she innocent or not?
Of course she is.
But you're happy to sacrifice her to the law.
That's not true, and you know it.
I'll tell you what's true, Richard. You're twisting and turning. You're trying to grab onto something that'll stop you having to face this thing. You're using the law as a shield, Richard, just as I once hid behind the welfare of my men. The truth is, I wouldn't stand up and say this is wrong. I didn't do it because I didn't have the courage to do it. And let me tell you this, Richard, you walk away tonight. You let some great injustice occur and not raise your hand in anger, and it's going to become part of you. For the rest of your life, you're going to wear it like a hump on your back. And sometime, when you think it's gone and forgotten, it's going to rear up out of the belly of your past and strike you down. It's going to strike and strike until there's nothing left. Nothing left. Now, there was a dumb waiter, you know, the small lift. The shaft had been blocked off years ago until one of the men found a way down into it.
Where did it go?
Well, originally it brought food from the kitchen. That's what the chambers were before they were sealed off. Up to the hospital.
Hospital? Where's the hospital?
Hold on a second. No, you see, now, what they did was they came down the shaft into the kitchen. It was all like a game at first, until one of them realized that the entire place was built on a mudflat. Somewhere underneath the jail, there had to be a drainage system leading straight to the river. They worked between patrols, 2 hours a night, digging up the concrete floor. It took them 2 months, and then they found it. A storm water channel running right underneath the kitchen. It went straight down to the river.
I'm sorry.
Have you lodged the appeal?
Yes.
It won't do any good, but we need the time. I mustn't be transferred, not yet.
What's happened? Why?
I've made a decision. Any way I can, I'm going to fight.
What does that mean?
It means it's up to me now. I'm not waiting for any appeal. I'm going to get out of here.
I don't know where you get it. My God, you've got guts.
You're not going to argue?
There's a chance. It's a slim one, admittedly, but as Bill says, any odds are better than a machine gun. We have a plan.
Well, half a plan.
All night I've been saying to myself they're going to try and talk me out of this.
Well, I've already tried that with Bill. It didn't work, so you've got him to thank for this.
And for London and Goa. I never thanked you for that either.
Thank me all you like, if this works. Vitamins, shampoo, soap, magazine.
Hold on, we haven't got much time.
No soup today, I'm afraid. Concealed inside here is a map of the route with plans. There's also a torch inside there.
I've already got a torch.
Now you've got a spare.
So when do we do it?
As soon as we can.
Okay, I need a practice run on Friday.
There's no time. The appeal's set for Monday.
But I've already told you I can only do it 3 days.
Well,
Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
one shot at it, then this Friday.
No, 2 shots. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Go then. If it doesn't work out, you've still got Friday.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. Say it works. What then?
Plane to Australia.
Passport?
It'll be ready.
Put these on.
When will they realise? What time exactly?
In the mornings, 6:15.
6:15's fine. There's a plane at 8:20. It'll be at 35,000 feet by the time they've worked it out.
So, tomorrow it is.
We'll be waiting.
Good.
เข้าไปเร็ว
Hang 2 hours.
God willing, she should be in the men's section by now.
You know she's not coming, don't you?
It didn't work. What have they done?
Ah, they changed the time, I guess.
Why didn't you tell me?
No profit in that.
So when do they do it now?
Same days, 6 o'clock in morning.
Will it stay that way?
I'll let you know if change. Maybe. Possibly. Definitely.
They changed the time. The garbage detail's 6 a.m. now.
Is that as far as you got?
Yeah.
So we still don't know what happens after the hospital.
We assume it's okay. What else can we do?
It better be. 6 a.m. Plane leaves at 8:20. That means you've got to be in the boat by...
Well, at the latest, by 6:15, they'll be looking for you.
Well, they can look all they want. I'll be there.
One chance, that's all we get.
All we need. Set 'em up, dealer.
Nam Thea Ban. Nam Thea Ban.
Where is she? Where is she?
clothes, briefcase, passport, everything we could think of.
What's the time?
It's an hour and 40 minutes before the plane leaves.
Right.
No luggage?
No.
Honest walking left, sorry.
That's fine.
Through immigration, turn left, gate 2. Better hurry.
Passport, please.
Look, the plane's leaving, officer. There's no time.
Passport now? No luggage?
It's been checked through. Officer, we've got 10 minutes before...
How long have you been in Thailand?
2 days.
You don't like it here?
No, it's not that. It's just that I'm passing through, and so...
She came to visit me.
Yeah.
Who are you?
Her father.
You better hurry. Have a nice trip.
Go. Go now. Go quickly. Run. Run.
I almost forgot this is for you.
Nice girl.
The best.
Operator, could you put me through to the police? Detective Suresh.
I missed you at the beach.